Rob Portman.
She brings the Ukrainian community together in Ohio in ways that make every other state jealous. Ohio stands strong, thanks to her. Father Michael, thanks for opening up this beautiful sanctuary for prayers, but also for a family discussion about how we go forward during these dark times. To my colleagues, the officials who are here, Senator Matt Dolan I saw, Senator Nick Antoni, Mayor DeGeter, of course, who is always front and center here in Parma, as a center not just of Ukrainian ethnicity and heritage, but also the communities all around Eastern and Southern Europe. To other officials who are here, thank you for supporting Ukraine. We have people here from every background, not just Ukrainian Americans, but as we saw with Ingrid, the Lithuanians are here, the Poles are here, the Latvians are here, the Estonians are here, the Armenians are here. Everybody's here, because you know what? This afternoon, we are all Ukrainian. I'm honored to be here, to stand with you as you stand with Ukraine. And yes, many of you have families who are in harm's way tonight. And we pray for them. And we pray for the brave soldiers, for their protection. And we ask God's blessing on the duly elected government of Ukraine. Some of you, I was there in 2014, just after the Maidan, the Revolution of Dignity. I was an international observer at the election, so that we could come back and tell the world, Ukraine has made the shift. Ukraine made a decision. The people of Ukraine said, we want to be like America. We want freedom. We want independence. We want prosperity. We want to be able to chart our own course. Of course America must stand with Ukraine. Of course. And finally, we ask for God's protection, and we ask for courage and strength for President Zelensky. This evening, we are all Ukrainians. Slava Ukraini! I'm proud to represent so many Ukrainian Americans in this great state. Proud to be co-chair of the caucus in the Senate. Marcy Kaptur is co-chair of the caucus in the House. We fight for Ukraine, whenever and wherever we can. When the Ukrainian people stood up to a corrupt Russian-backed government 8 years ago, they thought they were charting a course that would free them from Russia. And now we see the atrocity that is going on as Russia attempts to change history. But the people of Ukraine know, because they've lived under the thumb of Russia before, and before that, the Soviet Union. They know that this is not the way for them. And that's why we are not surprised, are we? That they fight tonight. Because they are fighting for everything that we hold dear, and we know that they hold dear. They fight for freedom. They fight for independence. They fight for Ukraine. It seems to me, as of this evening, the latest report I got from Ukraine, that Vladimir Putin has bit off more than he can chew. Perhaps he miscalculated because he is isolated and not listening to other voices. Perhaps he underestimated the passion and the patriotism and the nationalism of the people of Ukraine. But for whatever reason, the resistance has slowed down for 4 days now what Russia is attempting to accomplish. I will say, my worry is that because of desperation, he will begin to deploy even more weapons, more tanks, more air power, more bombs, more missiles. This is why America and our NATO allies and freedom-loving people all over the world must stand up. We must stand up. This cannot stand. I say tonight to Russian commanders in the field, to Russian officials in Moscow, to Russian soldiers, stop this atrocity. You can't refuse to carry out these orders that are meant to kill innocent civilians, your neighbors in Ukraine. Stop this atrocity. To the officials and to the soldiers, the world is watching. The war crimes are being recorded. You can make a decision to stop this atrocity. Tonight, as I was outside, people were saying, "What can I do? What can I do?" Well, you're doing it by being here, by sending a strong message that you stand with the people of Ukraine, but you can do more. Marta might be talking about this later, but there are organizations who are doing their best to provide aid from all of us. The Fund to Aid Ukraine, Marta can give you the information. You can look online. The Fund to Aid Ukraine. That's an Ohio-based group that I support. But we must do more as a government as well. Tomorrow I'm convening in Washington, D.C., a meeting with the ambassador from Ukraine to the United States, Ambassador Markarova. Some of you have met her. She's been in our area. We're going to talk about military assistance. We're going to talk about the humanitarian aid that's needed to help to combat these cyber attacks, because this war has been going on for 8 years. To combat the disinformation that is flooding into Ukraine every single day. To ensure that we are tightening these sanctions. Let's put every bank under this SWIFT ban. Let's put export controls in place that do not allow Russia and its military-industrial complex to benefit from the technology of the West. Why would we send them any of that technology? This affects all of us. Some of my constituents, some of my colleagues, let's be honest, have questioned, why are we doing this? Why should we care about Ukraine? Some have indicated that Ukraine is not important to them. What they care about is America. Well, if you care about America, you care about Ukraine. This is where the fight to protect freedom is being waged. This is where the cause of freedom in our generation, in our time, is asking for our help. stand with us.